Hey guys, People here. Today we got a game in the T61 where you're playing with the blue commander, the German Halloween commander. Note that slot 1 perk, the mosquito perk, reduces the reload significantly. I think the reload's down to 47 and a half seconds, give or take. Dramatically reduces the damage. Torpedo damage goes roughly from 13,000 and change to 8,800, I believe. So massive reduction. It also decreases the detectability of the torps, and we combine that with the Azure Lane Atago commander, which does the same thing, and we get reaction times down sub 6 seconds. So pretty nasty in terms of being able to dodge these things. Pretty nasty in terms of the output. So whether or not you have the option to run this build due to the availability of the commanders in your navy or not, I want to highlight this because you always want to know what a given ship that you're going against is potentially capable of. Just like if you're going against an Edinburgh, for instance, you need to know that it potentially has the radar, even though it likely loads in with the smoke, but a lot of players are going to put the radar on it. You got to be aware of that sort of thing. Likewise, with these German destroyers, you never really know if they're going to be spitting out torpedoes kamikaze style constantly. So that's the kind of the reason I wanted to show you this game. Do want to point out, at the time I'm recording this, we're not quite at the 15,000 sub mark, but I believe we're going to hit it pretty soon here. So my plan is this next Saturday, we're going to do a stream with some giveaways. I got tier 4s, tier 5s, tier 6s, premiums. We'll get more in depth into what ships are exactly available, but we'll be giving away a good chunk of them during that stream. Saturday, 10:30 a.m. Central Time is the plan. And we might also give away some ancillary prizes. We got Santa crates, and we might even give away a ship or two on any YouTube videos that are posted between now and then, potentially on Twitter, potentially on my Discord. You can get to links to all those things in the description of this video below. So these giveaways are going to be for subscribers of the channel, as appreciation to everyone for subscribing. And I do want to say thank you all very much for supporting the channel. It's outstanding. Appreciate it quite a bit. Anyways, jumping into this game here, you'll note we're on B. We got 2 destroyers per side. Now we got a red destroyer on A and another one unspotted at the moment. I'm being a little bit cautious here. We do have a Belfast. I'm trying to get kind of a surprise angle on that guy because what he's doing right now, he's hiding behind that island, protecting himself from the guys to the north. But I wanted to sneak in, torp him. Risky play. You can see why. He pops the radar. We're in his radar zone. We do launch the torps, and for some reason he just wasn't really paying attention to me or whatever. The battleship to the south did take a salvo. We launched, we turned, and we got out of there. No harm, no foul. But the Belfast, he thought he was in a protected position, and we kind of got into this, the southern flanking position. Try to get a little bit of a side shot on him. Note the reload. Those torpedoes are still on their way to the target, and we almost have the next salvo up already. And that's what this, I like the build on the T61 here because it's a pretty quick reloading destroyer anyways. And there goes the Belfast for the first kill. I like to run it on the Maz too. Those are the 2 ships I'm kind of planning on running it on, at least at the moment. I just upgraded this blue build to level 12. So it's been a little while since I've had a high level one. Moving into the smoke position, trying to see where the gunshots are emanating, because we do have a destroyer in there. Did capture A. Now I get on the cap here. Potentially that might have been a mistake, because I'm trying to ambush this ship, but maybe I should have stayed off the cap, let the torps get to the smoke, and then if they don't hit, then maybe move in. You see we got the sonar active. We got our finger on the smoke trigger here. We're ready for the smoke sonar combo, but you can see once this Shiratsuyu or whatever it is, Hatsuhara gets spotted, he's already backing up, and I think that's a combination of him starting to say, alright, we got a destroyer in the area because our cap is contested, and then the Bayern kind of pushed in and found us simultaneously. So we had to drop the smoke, protect ourselves against the Bayern from spotting us. Luckily, our own gunfire and our teammates are teaming up to kill the Hatsuhara, and now we got a Bayern close range here. He was trying to push in aggressively, but we got torpedoes back ready to go. And keep an eye on the Bayern's damage. Right now, he's got about 90%, maybe even 95% of his health. And we got that Torp salvo lined up there. They're closing in. They're going, that's a pretty tight spread, and he's going to get whacked by a lot of them. But damage-wise, not a lot. You can see there after we get 5 actual hits into that Byron, well, he's still running about a third of his health. Now, we got some floods. Take a look on the upper right-hand side of the screen. No damage ticking up. So he did pop the damage con consumable. Now, if I was on the comms, I'd say, yo, the Byron, just use the damage con, try and hit him with a fire. Or if I was in Division, similar kind of input, but me playing on mute due to anger issues, we don't have that option. So we're going to launch a follow-up salve on him, though. Usually when a battleship gets hit and then he turns away, you're not going to get a follow-up salvo, because if he's moving away from you, eventually you're not going to have the range to get towards that guy. But note in slot 3 on this build, we don't have twist and track with the blue commander like we would normally run with Bay. Did put on the range boost. That gets the range up from 8 to 8.7 on this. Just want to maximize the torpedo effectiveness as much as we can. So the quick reload combined with the extra range, we actually get an extra hit on this guy. And it's not going to flood him here, but, you know, if it hit him with a flood, that'd probably be a kill shot. Or if we had teammates that we were combining our fire with, you know, either they set him on fire, he uses the damage con, then the torps hit him, get the floods, or vice versa. You flood him first, then you tell your teammate, go ahead and burn him down. That's how this thing's really going to be useful, this playstyle. It's kind of a damage con cycler. You know, we're constantly hitting stuff with torpedoes, not doing a lot of damage, but if we can get those floods to stick, because they're on the damage con cooldown from the last time you hit them, that's when it gets dangerous. Ismail, we're in kind of a pickle here, because you can see they captured C. They're moving towards B. Now, we can currently control A and B, and that's your goal. You want to control a flank and a center position in domination mode. But Ismail moving in, that's causing problems. No, we want to get reset. So I'm waiting. I'm using this island on the right-hand side of the screen, and note on the map, the guys to the southeast, almost on the outside of the white detection ring. So once those two things are in play, number 1, we got the island between us, and that's Ismail. Number 2, the ship to the southeast. We've pulled him out of the detection ring now, and now we drop spots. So you don't want to make that sort of play where you're shooting in the open water. You don't have the option to disengage. You'll be stuck spotted for 20 seconds. But because we almost were out of our own firing range on those battleships, and this battleship, we were able to put the island in between us, not an issue. Now, we don't want to get bogged down with this Ismail. You can see the actions there. That's the fight right there is going to determine the output of this game. We talk a lot about on this channel about destroyers getting bogged down on the sides of the map, and especially trying to torp battleships. So if the Ismail was going to hold on to the cap, I don't want to give that up necessarily. So I was willing to take one more quick salvo at him, maybe catch him unaware that we had a quick reloader, and then get back to this fight. He disengaged off of A. Now he's going to get back on the cap, unfortunately. Not much we can do about it. You can see our team rapidly evaporating, and our former advantages are going with them. So we get the torpedoes, zoning torpedoes into B. We got a Nuremberg pushing in. We got the enemy T-61. There's actually another Nuremberg right in front of me on the map. You can see him shooting left to right there at the battleship. So we put the torpedoes in the cap, which we expect there to be. And now, because we're down to 3 ships and they've got 7, we got to get the guns going. Probably stop here, probably spot or use the smoke, let our teammates, while they're still alive, spot for us. Didn't want to necessarily use the smoke until we absolutely had to, because at this point in the game, it's not looking that good. We want all our tools available, but we got to do it. We got to slam on the brakes, pop the smoke. Now we switch over to AP. Nuremberg broadside, close range here. Don't sleep on that AP. Oh boy, he's got the sonar activated, so that's a problem. German cruisers, close range to destroyers, they're one of your biggest threats in the game. But, you know, besides radar cruisers and a couple other select ships, those sonar cruisers that Germany has, very dangerous. So unfortunately, our only other teammate goes down. This guy's still broadside to us. We got AP going in. We got torpedoes. Torpedo finally hits some. Sonar drops immediately. Oh, there's another Nuremberg 4.2 kilometers away. Either his sonar's on cooldown or he's not thinking about it. He's going to be taking some blind fire shots on us. Drop spot here. Once he fires, that's the smoke fire penalty kicking in. So we should be able to spot him there. And for good measure, we had the sonar going just to see about any torpedoes and to keep him lit. Once again, AP into the broadside there. Pepper, pepper, pepper. And he's going to go down. Now, what's the deal? We're not going to have anyone spotted here. We've been in the smoke for a while, and the smoke's about to dissipate. So we got to get out of here. We got to slam on the gas as quick as possible, get going, assume that people are rushing you, and be ready to defend yourself. If you have the torpedoes ready to go, get them ready to go. Be ready to sail away from the ships that you think are rushing you, because I was very surprised that we weren't spotted there. I thought a destroyer would be right up our tailpipe, and other ships had opportunities to spot us. So that's an abnormal result there. T-61 pops up. We got a lot of health. He doesn't have a lot of health. Let's take the shot. We gotta take some risks here. The game's on the line. You know, we don't have any options. We can't win on score by any means. We got to kill all the ships. Time is of the essence. We got less than 5 minutes to do it. And look, let's go for the Kraken is basically the real game plan here at this point in time. We got 4 kills, and the T-61 is probably the easiest target. We get on him low, but his teammates are chiming in with the guns. They're starting to get some support for him, and we're going to just have to disengage here. Torpedoes, once again, they're going to be on that reload. And if you identify that you're playing against this blue build, you just have to treat it like a kamikaze. Always be thinking that these torpedoes are going to be coming in, because it's not going to take that long for them to come up. 47 seconds. Again, that's usually by the time the last salvo got to you, assuming they got a decent amount of distance like we do between us and the Bayern, for instance. By the time those torpedoes actually get to them, we're basically going to have another set in the water. So that's kind of how you got to react to this ship. That's why I kind of wanted to show this build. I can't remember if I showed it during Halloween or not when they gave us these commanders on loan, but I've been meaning to put some points into her. Good inspiration. It increases the speed of destroyers. That's valuable for the French, potentially Russians. Get a flood on the Bayern, by the way. An extra torp hit there. Looks like it's probably damage conduit. Yep. So, I mean, this is kind of the pickle or the bind that you put yourself in when your team gives up all 3 caps or you don't play the caps. We were trying to play the caps. You know, we got 2 bases captured. We got 4 kills out of 4 kills on the enemy team. So, I mean, we've been doing what we can do in this game, but getting yourself in situations where you have to kill everyone on the enemy team, not reliable, and yet that's the preferred strategy that most players are playing when they hop into domination mode. Focus on the caps. If you happen to kill everyone while you're doing it, good for you, you know. Another salvo coming into the Bayern, seeing if we can get him there. No flood sticks. We hit him with 1 more, but, you know, at this point in time, that's not going to kill him. And he's probably going to, I think he's got a heal going here, so I was going to try and gun him down, maybe see if we can get a fire to stick there. No dice. By the time we see him again, he's going to have a lot of health. T-61, though, chimes in with the guns, thinking that his 1,000 HP is going to counter my 8,000 HP. Yes, he's got plenty of support. I got none. But that's not necessarily a smooth trade of HP, you know. Either he thought he could catch me unaware because we were dealing with the Bayern or whatever, but we got him with 1 last shot that we skirted right over the island before he disappeared. Got the Kraken. I'm going to try and get this Bayern with some torps. He's obviously reacting to the fact that he can see us, and maybe he sees us turning there, assuming we're trying to launch torps. So a good launch would have been 1 to the right of that little island, 1 to the left, because as I'm watching this here, it's pretty obvious that he's going to try and turn. Minute 45 left to kill everyone. Not blooming likely, you know. But that's going to wind this game down. I am trying a new video editing, audio editing strategy. We're trying to improve the quality here in 2021. So any feedback you got on this particular video in terms of how it sounds, how it looks, any of that, if it's constructive, I would appreciate it. Again, we're trying to improve things, been buying some new equipment, trying to learn some new techniques, doing what I can do to keep the product quality moving in the right direction. So that'll do it for that one, guys. If you enjoyed it, please hit the thumbs up. New to the channel, consider subscribing. Lots of World of Warships coming all the time. Questions, comments, leave them below. Love to hear from you guys, and we'll see y'all later. Peace.